Latinos are taking over DC films.
And Aladdin has a lightsaber?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that and more. Movie Minds.
Woo!
This is Ish.
And this is Ant.
And we're Movie Minds, where we keep you up to date with all the movie news, reviews, and some shows.
And guys, follow us on all our social media platforms. Guys, we appreciate all the likes, all the subscription. Follow us on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, and right here on YouTube.
Yes.
Let's get into it.
Let's go on to Worthy Mentions, y'all.
Worthy Mentions, guys. New York Governor Cuomo said...
Cuomo.
Enough!
Cuomo.
He said enough. So New York, Andrew Cuomo on Monday said movie theaters in New York City will be brought into line with the rest of the New York state as of March 5th, when they will be allowed to be reopened at a 25% capacity with no more than 50 people per screen. Masks and all the social distancing procedures and, you know, all the things that they're going to be doing to take care of us. Are going to be implemented. What do you think about that, man?
Well, it's good news for the film industry for sure. I'm just kind of worried that people will not go. I feel as though New York is one of the red zones of the world. Yep. You know, it got hit really hard with COVID, and so I'm optimistic. But I am very, very curious to see what the New Yorkers out there do with the opening again. So
yeah, well, I guess why it makes news, right? It's because it is New York, and it was one of those red zones that were highly infected with COVID-19. And so I know over here in California, they opened for a little while. Some of the theaters, we were able to go and watch Tenet. We were also able to go watch the mutant movie. I don't remember what it's called.
New Mutants.
The New Mutants. And so there was a time, but for New York, it's a big deal because it's the first time since they're able to open everything up. And from what I hear, and rumors are out there right now, that here comes California and Los Angeles and everything else. I'm hoping that some of these films that are slated to come out on the months that they said that they were coming out, will still be able to go and us to be able to go see them in theaters by then. So.
Yeah, I know March is going to be a big month for
May
movies,
as
dude.
Well.
Yeah, all those I know that Godzilla and some other movie, it just escapes my mind right now, but it's pretty big too.
Black Widow.
Is it for March?
I think so. I think so. For May.
Yeah, you might be right.
It was slated for May. I know they pushed it back, but I don't know if they would.
Nonetheless, all these things are coming up really soon, and I think that people are pushing to open up again. So
absolutely,
be safe out there, guys. But I'm optimistic.
Okay, yes. In other news, we have Spider-Man cast teases titles all over Instagram. Yeah. This just came out, right?
Yeah, it just came out a few minutes ago.
Because you texted me this information, and I was like, wait, I haven't seen this, and I'm so subscribed to everything Marvel, correct? And I didn't see this, but I guess Zendaya, Jacob Batalon, and Tom Holland have been doing some creations of their own, or maybe they know.
Maybe they're just teasing a new title coming on, actually.
Okay.
I know Tom Holland was the first one to release the Phone Home title, which sounds horrible. Please don't pick that one.
Well, Phone Home is kind of a shot call to E.T.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But still, it sounds like...
Ugh, I don't like it either. I don't like it either. You're right.
There's more, the Home Wrecker one is a little bit better, but that doesn't really make sense either. Home Slice?
Home Slice I like.
Oh, God. That's
I don't know why. I like it. I like it. Call me the homie, maybe the hey, what up, Home Slice?
With these titles, though, they had some first, scenes of the movie. So it's like the three amigos back at it again, looking up, mysteriously, and some other, computer behind the computer scenes with Ted, or what's his Ned, I'm sorry.
Ned.
So
rumors that he might be Hobgoblin there too.
Yeah.
No, I love the fact that they're coming out and saying these things, because I thought there was already a title for this movie. I thought there was already a done title. I think it was I don't remember what it was called right now. I don't recall.
Far Away from Home or something like that, or Far From Home, I think it was called.
Something. Oh, no. Something very close to the second title.
Yeah, it was
to the second
like
movie title. So I don't know. I'm just glad that they get these three, man. They get along so well.
Yeah.
You could see that Tom Holland and Jacob Batalon, the guy that plays Ned in the movie, they're like really like friends, and I just love their chemistry. Zendaya has been doing so great, and she's been in some really crazy movies that are like pretty explicit. So the fact that she's dialing it down a little bit here on that PG-13 scale, it'll be good to see her again. Yep. And I'm excited, man. I'm super excited because especially because of all the multiverse stuff. That's going on.
Dude. I heard that they're gonna. Well, Tom Holland's gonna be showing up on Jimmy Fallon tonight. So by the time this episode releases, we might actually have an official title. So don't kill us, okay? We're just talking about what happened in social media. So.
Hey, and he's likely to like be giving stuff away, man. So.
Yeah, if anybody should do it, it's him, man.
And those
he's gonna do it anyway.
Your worthy mentions.
Yeah, guys. All right, let's go on to some hot tops, guys. All right, guys. The first piece of news we have, a culmination of a few. Latinos taking over DC films, guys. We have Sasha Calle cast as Supergirl and Angel Manual Soto set to direct a brand new Blue Beetle featured film. I just know that these two are some Latinos that are up in the rise, and let's talk about it, man. What piece of news excites you more from those two?
You're absolutely right. You were right before we started the show. I told him wait, but he's right. The Supergirl news excites me so much. Yeah. Only because it's a Latin artist playing Supergirl. I love her look, guys. She should be coming up right now. Dude, she is just, I really, really like the look. I really think she's somebody that can probably play this girl. It looks like they auditioned 425 girls for this part. And the guy that picked the I forget his name right now.
Yeah, he's the
one that casted the kids from the It movie.
Oh, he was the casting director.
Yeah, he was the casting director too. That 425 auditions, guys. Dude. It's a lot of people. All right, it's a lot of people.
And I heard there was big names behind those two.
Exactly. I also heard that there were some pretty big names, and I'm sure eventually they'll come out. Right.
Yeah.
425 actresses. They picked this one. And I think that for the first time, I'm really excited now for the Flash movie.
Yeah, man. I think there's a bunch of great potential with her. It's great to see some Latin diversity inside the superhero universes. I'm absolutely extremely excited about her. The only thing that I am kind of like pushed back on is that Zack Snyder's Man of Steel movie back in the days, the one that kicked off this whole universe, had a prequel comic. Okay, if you guys remember the Man of Steel movie, he finds a spaceship, Kryptonian spaceship on Earth. If you remember, Superman finds one like that, and he goes to it and visits it. So the comic book that I'm talking about shows Kal-El's cousin, which is Supergirl, in a comic book, and she within the comic book, which is canon, has blonde hair, and she looks like a Caucasian girl.
Well, we still don't know whether this girl's gonna have. She might still have blonde hair.
Yeah, exactly. And I was thinking about that, and I'm like, well, maybe they're just, they're gonna put a blonde hair on it because the blonde hair is really iconic for Supergirl, dude.
Exactly. But we forget. We forget, or maybe you don't forget. But what happened in Man of Steel?
A lot of things happen. What do you mean?
There was one of the pods.
Yes.
Open, suspected to be Supergirl.
Yeah.
When they said that, it's okay. It's all theory. It's all like rumored to be, but I believe it. I so believe it because it wasn't Superman.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I think that would be such a great tie-in to Man of Steel. I think that they should absolutely do that. I don't see a problem.
I don't see why they wouldn't do that.
Like your caramel skin with a blonde hair. I think that looks great. Absolutely. I think that would work absolutely fine, perfect.
Yes.
For me though, my biggest pleasant surprise is this director coming on. He's not known for a lot of things. I know he's doing the remake of the Scarface film, right. So he's going to be working on that. So maybe DC sees a lot of potential in this guy. It looks like he's going to be coming out with arm swinging. Right.
Well, I mean, they're casting him for a big, huge movie like Scarface, so I'm sure he has to be pretty good.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be knocking it out of the park. The cool thing about this franchise, or this movie, is that it's gonna be a Latino centric film. And Blue Beetle right now in the comics is actually a Mexican-American kid that finds this scarab or something of that sort. It's alien, and it kind of creates a brand new armor for him, and he uses it to fight crime and do all those superhero things. So he is a type of alien Iron Man.
Yes, from what I read, this character from DC came out back in the 1930s, and it bounced around from comics to comics, and it ended up coming out in 1980 as a DC character. The name of the kid, I believe, is Jaime Reyes in the comic book. So I have no I'm sure they're going to keep that same storyline, because it's very, very interesting. At first, I got to be honest, guys, I didn't really want to talk about it because I knew that you guys probably wouldn't even know of who I'm talking about. I knew about this guy, but it was one of those characters that they never did anything with.
Yeah, they really didn't.
They didn't do anything with, even in the newer comics where they could have done something with him. Yeah. So the fact that they're doing something now, I'm glad. And I always thought it was because of his race, because he was Mexican, and not because I'm like, oh, well, he's Mexican, that's why, but because of, there's not very many Latin superheroes out there, and I'm glad that they're doing something with them. I'm really, really happy that Blue Beetle is going to get a chance to shine. I've known this character. Oh, my God. It's like one of those characters that and I'm like, okay, I have no idea why they don't do more with them. But I've got to be honest, guys. DC has a lot of these characters out there. They have a lot of characters that they haven't done very much with. And one of them is Blue Beetle. I'm just glad that they're doing something now.
The first Latin American lead role in a superhero film. So, it's a lot.
I wonder who they'll cast.
I heard the guy that was in Cobra Kai. The lead guy for that.
Okay, Miguel.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. I don't know his name either, but that's what I heard around, rumors around there. So
not a bad kid, not a bad actor. We'll see what happens.
You guys let us know which one would be best. I don't know.
Hey, but never mind what we think, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments. Interact with us. Tell us what you think about these two subjects. Okay. There we go.
All right.
Anyway, in other news, our hot top numero 2. All right, Disney Ahsoka is reported to be circling Aladdin star Mena Massoud for the role of Ezra Bridger in the live action realm. What do you think, man? Do you think it'll happen? And do you think he's the right man for the job?
So, I love this news because it really does tie into all of the news with, from what I've heard, that they're going to be really focusing on a lot of animated characters from Rebels. So if you guys haven't heard or watched it before, it's on Disney Plus, guys. It's some Star Wars universe cartoons animated series. It's great stuff, guys. Trust me. Push through the first season. After that, it gets really good. You guys are would love it. You'll find out more about Ahsoka, which premiered, showed up on The Mandalorian. But Ezra Bridgers is actually more of like a Middle Eastern descent, Egyptian, style, facade, So it makes perfect sense, especially for this guy. This guy in Aladdin was amazing. I loved Aladdin. I really freaking enjoyed it, man. I think it was one of the best live action films remakes for Disney's Disney movies. Like, which other one? Are you gonna tell me Lion King?
Well, yes.
Dude, Aladdin, it was so good. He was a great star. He deserves more attention, to be honest with you. And him being on TV like this, good job, Disney. I think it's a great casting choice.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna echo what you just said. I don't know. I guess I have to go back and watch some of the movies, all the movies that have come out. I did love Aladdin. It grossed over $1 billion worldwide. I mean, the star of the movie wasn't really Mena Massoud.
No,
it was really Will Smith.
Yeah,
and also Jasmine, the girl that plays Jasmine, also did a great job doing it. The story was pretty was changed around, but it really fit the whole world and the whole realm that they were in.
So good.
Love the action in it. Absolutely. I mean, Will Smith, you can't do anything wrong. I wasn't a believer. I was like, what? He's gonna be
he
the
looked
genie?
kind of weird.
Mena Massoud, when I saw him, I said, hey, here's a kid that looks like Aladdin, that can play Aladdin. I didn't necessarily think he did a great job. I didn't think he did a bad job, but I just felt like he was okay. He did his job. He came in, did his job, was the Aladdin that you know, whether people liked him or not, I think he fulfilled his role to the best of his abilities. Could I think if he could have been better? Absolutely, because I did feel like Aladdin in the cartoon, because that's what I base it on. That's what you base it on, is the cartoon. Obviously, the one with Robin Williams and the kid that voices him was the kid from Full House or whatever, Aladdin. So it had that Aladdin always had that playful kind of kiddish kind of a spirit, and I didn't feel like he really did that. But we're not talking about Aladdin. I'm talking right now about if I think he's good for Star Wars. I don't know about the attitude and his personality, but the look is there. The look is undeniably there, guys. And it looks like he's already been talking to Disney from the rumors that are out there right now, and saying that him and Disney already agreed to a verbal agreement that he's really the front runner to play Ezra Bridger.
That would be dope, man.
And let's be honest, guys. Of course, they're going to make an Ahsoka show. Who else? Who was the closest person to Ahsoka? Kanan and this kid named Ezra.
Yeah.
Of course they're gonna cast a kid in those shoes, especially if he's a coming up kid. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ezra eventually gets his own show, or he gets his own movie, or he comes out in a movie, because that's what they're doing right now. They're aligning all these shows for the movie theaters, or the movies that are going to be theatrical, to line up and just be amazing. Guys, I love it. Whether this kid becomes Ezra Bridger or not, I don't care. The fact that I know that they're gonna make him excites me a lot.
Yeah, there's too much noise about Ezra Bridger's being out there. I mean, he's the Jedi that was lost pretty much, and during the whole original trilogy. So when Yoda says, you were the last Jedi, that's really not true, because Ezra was out there, unless Ezra gave up the mantle of a Jedi. So let us see.
We will see. Like I said, there's just a lot of question marks to be still answered in the world.
It's great
of
news, though.
Star Wars.
It's great news.
I had to talk about this. I was so excited to talk about it.
I love it, man. I can't wait.
I didn't watch. I wasn't watching Rebels, guys. I wasn't. And it wasn't until Iz told me, dude, you have to watch. And he was hounding me about it, and I never got to.
I've been preaching it.
Until one night, he showed me a show.
Oh, yeah.
And right. I was like, with my freaking mouth open, like,
Twilight of the Apprentice.
I had to go to the shows. I've been watching them. I've been like watching the highlights to try to, get quicker through the seasons.
Yeah.
But it's amazing, guys. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this news there, Star Wars.
Yep.
Anyways.
All right, guys, let's go on to streaming
and chilling.
All right. I'll go first.
Sure. I don't know. We never know.
We never know. I want to talk about this Netflix original, I Care Alot.
Never heard of it.
Does not make sense to me as a title, but we'll talk about it right now. Rosamund Pike plays Marla, a shady as F court-appointed legal guardian who scams her way from elderly client to elderly client until her latest target, Diane West, puts a stop to her, guys. This movie is such a fun ride. First off, Rosamund Pike, she is, I can't really say the word because it's a curse word, but she is a bad lady. I don't like her. I disliked her throughout the whole film, and this is why she deserves some attention right now, because the way that she portrays this character that's scamming the elderly, it just plays off so well, guys. The scamming of everyone is really well thought out. I think it might be even a true thing. Like, it's a real thing, most likely.
Is this like a crime movie, or
it's like it's pretty much a story of Pike's pretty much legal guardianship. She takes over the legal guardianship of elderly people that can't take care of themselves.
It's not a comedy or anything.
It's not a comedy, but there are times when you're laughing your butt off for sure because it's so freaking crazy. It's a great ride. It's not long at all, and the ending culmination of this film is very pleasing. That's all I want to say. Go ahead and watch it. It's on Netflix. Please check it out. Great acting as well.
Well, there you have it, guys.
Yeah.
Well, for my stream and chillin', I talked a little bit about this last week. It's on Prime. You guys could definitely purchase it unless you guys have that, bougie Prime that you guys could just watch any movie, I guess. But it stars Gael Garcia Bernal. I think you guys know him. Recently, he was on the trailer for the new old movie that M. Night Shyamalan is creating. That's right. Gael. And the movie is Amorres Perros. Is a bold, intense, emotional, and ambitious story of lives that collide in Mexico City that involved a car crash. Guys, I don't know if you guys remember the movie Crash with there was just a bunch of actors in there, just a bunch. Sandra Bullock, Brandon Fraser, Ezekiel, Michael Pena. The list goes on in that movie, and that movie talks about the from where you're rich to the people that are poor, to the people that are in the middle, to the people that are gangsters, to the people that are making a good life for themselves or not. Things that happen, one incident happens, and it intertwines all of these people's lives. And this movie is nothing different than that. They took either Crash took a note from them, or Amores Perros took a note from Crash, one or the other, but both of them. And these are a lot of different kind of people coming from a lot of different lives. It's pretty intense. It's so good, guys. It's really good. Crash is really good. Don't get me wrong, but this movie is very the nitty gritty of stuff, so when you watch it, be careful because it is kind of crazy. There's dog fighting in it, which for those people that don't like dogs being in fights, then I don't recommend it for you because it does talk a lot about that. And so it just talks about people, their ups and their lows, and then again, all these people that are in it intertwine somehow, and that's what makes the movie so interesting and so watchable. Guys, it's Amores Perros. Check it out on Prime. Don't miss it, guys. This is one of the best movies I've seen, and yes, it's subtitled, okay, but it's worth it. Don't you worry about reading, okay? Maybe there's a dubbed person out there. What's it called? The SAP or something that'll translate. Guys, don't miss it. It's so good. It's so good. Check it out. Amores Perros Prime.
All right, guys. I've heard you talk about this a lot, and I've yet to pull the trigger on it. So
it's amazing.
I'm gonna do it.
It's amazing. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we thank you so much again for joining us on another episode of Movie Minds. Again, guys, if you could help us out in one area, just press that subscribe button. Okay, we love it. We're getting subscriptions. We're getting a lot of views. I know you guys are watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Getting a lot of DMs all the time about he's like, hey, did you guys talk about this or whatever? And sometimes we can't talk about certain things because it's still not verified, and we just don't want to talk about just anything, but we really appreciate the interaction and all those things, guys. We appreciate you.
Nothing else, guys. Remember,
stay
movie-minded.
You
do the whoop, dude.
Woo!